Okay, everybody, welcome to today's video. We're going to go over the support role, role that I played in solo queue, a role that I like to really watch because I feel like they are the difference makers. Now, of course, right now in the meta, especially in your solo queue experience, you see that it is the difference, right? Which support gets things done in bot lane, win lane, win game, or go elsewhere and win lane, win game, right? So the support role in pro play to me is a big difference maker as well. You are oftentimes the engage. You're the peel. You're the one that makes things happen, hence engage. Or you are, affecting the game with vision and things of that nature, creating pressure. And I feel like the better the support is, the more active support is in terms of getting around the rift and making things happen is the better one. You find roam timings, whether you just recalled or you're about to recall, or you just pushed a wave in and you want to invade the enemy jungle with your jungler, or even gank mid with your jungler or whatever. Those kind of supports are the difference makers. A support should be the shot caller or the jungler, in my opinion. They're the two with the least to do. Support obviously less than a jungler, but at the same time, those are the two roles that can get around the rift and affect every lane, right? And they should be keeping an eye on every lane and every lane state to figure out, hey, this wave's pushing here. Maybe even the top side of the rift, I can find an opportunity to go up there in the next couple minutes when I have a timing to do something, right? And you see the best supports in the world do that. You also see a lot of champion pool expression. Keria, great example. He can play anything at support. Life, in my opinion, is one of the better supports at this. He has the balls to play anything. And it takes some serious confidence to be willing to pull out some random things at the support role. And honestly, that's the X Factor role. You can change a lot of compositions that way. Pulling a champion to support, whether it's lately the Rumble, even the Maokai, which we see more times at support than Rumble, but at the same time, it's, a lot of people expect it to be in the jungle at first, right? With Rumble, a lot of people expect to be top lane. You even see years past, Morgana could be triple flexed. Graves can go top jungle. Well, sorry, that's irrelevant. I don't even know why I said Graves. Morgana Graves meta probably is why. But regardless, best supports go around and make things happen, which is why yesterday I was saying 80 carries that can sit in lane by themselves and not die when the game dictates to be played that way are the best ADCs, because they're the ones that can play for the team. They are not one-dimensional. They are not prima donnas. They want to win the game more than they want a good stat line, which I think is massive. Supports also, in my opinion, need to get around the rift to make things happen when it comes to vision. Objective control, massive. I remember that. I think they still have the stats thing there in the. I haven't played solo queue in a very long time due to wrist issues, but I remember stats when it came to vision score and objective control. I used to be very high at that. Now I played in low elo because I would tilt my face off and get my accounts banned, but that's beside the point. So, objective control. Let's place our wards in the enemy jungle. Let's make sure we know what's going on in Baron. Is Drake coming up? Let's make sure Drake is secure. We know objectives win games. Souls win games. Whether we liked it or not, a lot of people want to play to carry-oriented positions where they want to just farm to 6 or just, hey, let's have the big team fight and win the game. I think securing objectives is important. I think the support is nearly as important to that. Win con as a jungler. The jungler may have to have the smite and place their wards also, but the support, in my opinion, has to get the lane prio on whichever side of the rift it is, just as much as the jungler, and secure vision. And have their support quests done so they have wards to place. I'm the type of person that would buy a pink every time I recall, but at the same time, I would think, at least to myself, I know where to place it and not waste a ward, if you will. We see a lot of people criticize the usage of pink wards and the amount of gold that can be wasted buying pinks, and I agree that people buy a lot of pinks but then improperly use them. I think that that doesn't mean, like I said, every recall I would buy one. That's if I had an empty slot. Of course, if I didn't find an opportunity, I would just hold it. But a lot of people don't do that. I think they just kind of place wards. I think I saw a game last week. Shoot, I think it was an LPL game. They placed a ward right next to each other, two players at the same time. And it's like, yeah, that's a miscommunication, right? Don't ever have that happen. Don't let that happen again. I mean, that's typical solo queue stuff. You don't want to waste wards in such a manner. Also, supports in their lane win game, right? The aggressive supports I also like. I think of Taki alongside Shogun at MSI 2022. With Saigon Buffalo into T1 to start that tournament, they popped them in the mouth. That's one of the most, that is one of the strongest plays I think I've seen in a long time, and it's a very simple play in the 2v2, but it was the confidence. You don't see that kind of confidence often, and I think the support has to bring that. They have to be a nuisance to the enemy team. I think the best support is a nuisance. You're dealing damage to the enemy AD carry every chance you get in a ranged matchup. It doesn't have to be very effective. It just has to annoy the hell out of them. Cannon's up. They want to go get cannon. Hit them. Every time. You know? And at the same time, at least play mind games with the enemy jungler, right? Get pressure. But with proper warding, which constantly we see in pro play, people don't ward. Get aggressive in lane with vision, and then back off when the enemy jungler comes. It's as simple as that. You pull them to bot lane, and then your jungler has to take advantage in the top side of the rift. You are affecting the rest of the rift by pulling the jungler down here. You know he's here now. Or they're here now, sorry. And now top side of the rift should be open. You have a man advantage in the top side of the rift, a champion advantage. You should be able to take Rift Herald. You should be able to take grubs. You should be able to take plates. You should be able to get kills. You should be able to take enemy camps. There's no excuse. You time it all. You make sure you pull the enemy jungler. You pull their, you affect them. You make them react to you. And in my opinion, the support role is one of those roles that needs to do that alongside the jungle role. You play the support role like a jungler without resources, and I think a lot of AD carries, they can't handle this because they want to sit in lane and dominate lane with someone holding their hand and wiping their ass for them, and I'm not that type of person, which is why I got a lot of counts banned. It's just in pro play you see a lot of them hold hands. You can see that in KPs and things like that. And in the current meta, actually, with Senna, so a lot of people don't like the Senna meta. I do because at support, in my opinion, it allows for the most champion diversity because we see carry-oriented champs in the support role because they're getting resources. And it's more worthwhile to give a resource to a Maokai, for instance, or an Ornn over a Leona. You can't do that, right? Or well, you could probably do it with a Rel because Rel's, but you know what I'm saying. Alistar, you're not going to do that with. So I like it for that way. Of course, many don't, but I think that there's a lot of value there to doing that. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people, I think many people in solo queue don't like how strong the support role is. We were just talking about in the Discord a few minutes ago. Some people saying, support's too strong. I think support's always strong. It doesn't matter what the champion is. It matters about the mindset of the support. The support role can always be broken if that mindset is there that we are going to get ahead. And it may not be my lane in the 2v2 because the support role sucks individually. Which means that the enemy's not going to kill my AD carry because their support also sucks. So I have to go get somebody ahead that can win the game. And I feel like that's what the mindset has to be. So that's it for the video. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, like it, subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content. Follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, become a YouTube supporter, and hope to see you again tomorrow.